On the 18th of February 2021, or today as I'm writing this, it seemed like a normal day on Hypixel. There were an average amount of people, an average amount of players per game mode, and an average amount of nons in Skyblock. But at 1:30 EST, an announcement happened. On Hypixel, an announcement is when an admin broadcasts a message on the entire server, so it has to be important. Here you can see a screenshot of one happening while I was online a while back. These don't happen too often, as spamming a message to hundreds of thousands of people at the same time would cause many problems, so every message has to be important. So then, what was this super important message that the admins had to broadcast to everybody on the server? The broadcast itself contained little information. It said to run a command called /infinity. But here's the interesting part. Once you did it, you would be teleported to a server that looked like this. Jesus, I did /infinity and then it brought me to the server. Damn, Nitroholic is mini clean in here. So let's take a second to look at the screen here. We can see a few things. First, it's the vanilla map from UHC Deathmatch, which is why I played it for background footage. Second, you have Red Wool as your helmet. I personally took mine off before recording, but here you can see it on in the screenshot. You can also see here that I was put on Team Alpha, which is red. I also got an iron sword and a clock that when right-clicked let me change visibility of players, leading me to think that PvP was intentionally off, since it was off. Since if invisible person was hitting you, that would be kinda weird, wouldn't it? Something else to note about the Infinity server is that it's been up and down a few times, causing some bugs that I'll go into later. But for now, let's go into the fact that it went up and down. By up and down, I mean that the server has restarted multiple times. The first time the server ever went up was at the time that I said in the beginning of the video, February 18th, 2021, at 1:30 EST. Since I wasn't there at the beginning of the first restart, instead I was playing Hitman, this information is taken from a forum post from somebody by the name of Fireloop. This server was supposedly very laggy, and there's nothing very special about this until the restart later at around 1:40. This time it was not laggy and you could actually take off your wool head. But one thing that stands out is the fact that when you tried to join for a few times, Hypixel would completely kick you from it entirely, which is weird. No, I'm out. I'm out of it. I'm in again. Something else that was off was the fact that you could say anything in chat. You could say easy, you could say some questionable things, but you could also not say the normal MVP++ emotes. Then you might think that the chat filter is just completely off, but you couldn't say the same thing twice. A few things then happened. These events and screenshots are taken from a different forum post made by S2E Forum. He shows a screenshot from all the way back in 2016 when there was a similar thing. They were just testing how many players could be in a server. There were messages in the chat saying don't run away and silence, but what happened? Why did nothing come from it? These are questions which the answers are unknown. But what we do know is the speculation that came from it. People have said that this is meant for a new Infinity game. What is an Infinity game? Well, after doing some research, I found that Infinity games were a Minecraft project made for potential games that would have 1,000 plus players in a single server with minimal lag. And you might just think, well, doesn't Hypixel have 150,000 at any given time? Well, yes and no. Hypixel does, but its servers don't. Each game is an individual server, and the maximum that you will have in one server is 100 players, in either Bed Wars Castle Mode or Sky Wars Mega. But this idea isn't new by any means. There are forum posts from over 4 years ago showing these ideas, just like this screenshot. And you might think the Hypixel didn't do anything well because maybe their servers weren't strong enough back then, or maybe they didn't have enough players. The answer is we don't know, but people have some theories. In the testing server in 2016, there was apparently minimal lag, and the player got close to its 100 player mark. So they have the power. But what about having enough players? Well, the server had around 5,000 to 10,000 people online at any given time, so that could be the answer. Or maybe something else that we don't know, but I'm not really sure. Maybe you have ideas. If you do, make sure to comment them down below. Thanks for watching. I know this video was like unclear and messed up, out of place sometimes. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. There's a lot of things we don't know yet, so if I can't answer your question, don't get mad at me. This is just what I know. I tried to get this out as fast as possible while still having a good video.